Here. Okay, welcome everybody for the second session of the Tantric Book Club. Woo-hoo! I'm glad we're making it for the second session. So among us, there is people who were there for the first session, and there is also new participants, including Jacinta and someone else who is not here yet there. So welcome. And this first session today is going to be an introduction. I have actually prepared a presentation that we can review together. So I haven't asked you yet to read the book, because I want us to discuss about first, what is the Tantric Book Club, getting to know each other, and also answering any of your questions, what we are going to do, and introducing the community. So if you have any questions at any time, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask for question. Yes, it's I want this Tantric Book Club to be participative. This is your book club, so it comes with your question, with your feedback, with your comments. So with that said, the Tantric Book Club, the second edition. Before going into detail of the Tantric Book Club, I just want to introduce myself for those who are new, but actually I know already everybody's here. We met in a way or another before, but I just want to reintroduce myself to tell you why I'm doing that and why it's really something that is close to my heart, this Tantric Book Club. So as you already know, I'm Hakima Tantrika, and I am a traditional Tantra teacher. This is important to mention because the first book and this second book is books related to traditional Tantra. That doesn't mean that in the future we won't be reading books about Neo-Tantra, which is Tantra more related to sexuality. But the first two books, I really wanted to emphasize on traditional Tantra. First, because I know more about traditional Tantra than I know about Neo-Tantra. And second is there is not enough spaces to discover traditional Tantra nowadays. It's all about Neo-Tantra, which is great, but I want to offer this space for traditional Tantra. I'm also an intimacy and a relationship coach, and a writer and an influencer and educator. I have a blog, and I also copyright for clients. And it's my life mission to help men and women to have thriving and fulfilling relationship and intimacy. And I truly believe that Tantra gives us the tools for having thriving and fulfilling relationship, especially traditional Tantra. I had different training here. I mostly mention about my training regarding relationship coaching. I've trained with the Gottman Institute, with the Nonviolent Communication Institute. I had different also accreditation regarding trauma release focused coaching. And for those who know me from Inner Camp, I facilitated the training of 800 plus future Tantra practitioner. I've been on the path of Tantra since 2011, and full-time made it my full-time life mission since 2019. So this is about me. Now, what is the Tantric Book Club? I have a screenshot of last year. So we can see Hannah here and Jamie and Hector. We are missing Miriam, who joined us for a few sessions. But this is the second edition of the Tantric Book Club. Last year, we read the book The Cult of the Feminine by Andre Van Lysebeth, and we made it through the end of the program. So we finished it. We finished this 3 months together, and it's my personal opinion to say that we learned a lot and we laughed so much. I would be curious to hear Jamie and Hannah, who were there for the first edition, if you, maybe Hannah and or Jamie, could you say one word about last year? How was it for you? So that's, we can give a hint to Jacinta and Takisha, who will watch the recording.
For me, it was like connecting with like-minded people. So my one word, even though I said multiple just now, is connecting.
Yeah.
Connection.
Thank you, Jamie. Yes. Connection, definitely.
Yeah. I would say light, because it's a pretty deep topic and there's a lot to it. And it was just a way to kind of add lightness and fun to these topics while learning, I would say also.
Thank you, Hannah. Beautiful. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Hannah and Jamie, for commenting. Community is very important. Where I'm mainly doing that to bring like-minded people to discuss and talk about Tantra. So that's the sense of community is important. It is fun. We share, we ask questions, yeah, like I don't have all of the answers neither, so we ask each other question, and also as you said, Hannah, bringing lightness into traditional tantra can be seen as very serious, but by being able to discuss about it, laugh about it, and give it a try, that brings some fun to the learning and the practice. So Jacinta, this is some things you can expect for this Tantric Book Club. And this year, the second book that we are, oh, and I have just a text message from just for Takisha. Yes, she will be joining us. Super. So this year we will read the book Tantra Illuminated. This is a book that I'm familiar with, that is about traditional Tantra. Very, very good book. We learned so much about it. And just going to send a link to Takisha, who is struggling with the link. So I'm just going to stop sharing the presentation so that I can send her the link again. Perfect. Oops, can I do that? How do I do that? Copy. Thank you for your patience. Just to, oops, no. Not sure if I'll be able to put it on my. I'll put it on the.
Have you found the link? I can tell you how to get to it on Zoom.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I have the link here.
Okay.
I'm trying to copy it on my WhatsApp and
okay.
it by email, but okay, I'm just going to open the WhatsApp here. And yeah, I appreciate 2 minutes of your time. Just, this is the sense of community. So okay, I keep sharing as I am opening my WhatsApp, my computer, to send her. Okay, yeah, and this year we are going to read, as I mentioned, the book Tantra Illuminated. The book is very informative. It gives lot of information, and okay, I'm just going to, sorry for interruption. Okay, very informative, and but not necessarily easy to read, if I can say. I don't know if you already started reading it, Hannah and Jamie, but hi Takisha, welcome. Oh, the connection to the audio is not there. Welcome, Takisha. We already started, and we were having an overview of what is the Tantric Book Club and the book that we've joined. So yeah, I was asking, I don't know if Hannah or Jamie, if you already started to look at the book, or even Jacinta or Takisha. So it's an open question, you don't have to answer, but yeah, it gives a lot of information, very important information about traditional Tantra. It's not necessarily easy to read because the author is a scholar. So yeah, he has a PhD. It's like, I'm wondering if it's a book that he wrote for his thesis or something like that. But I hope that together we will be able to challenge ourselves to read it and really take the juice of it and use it in our practice or in our life. Even though, Amazon say it's an accessible introduction to Tantra. Yes, it's accessible compared to Sanskrit sources, but there is a easier read. And now we are 6 people for this Tantric Book Club. If we were 10, the author will have joined us for one session. So this is why I really want to encourage you, if you have any friends who want to join this Tantric Book Club, please advertise about it so that we can be 10 and have the honor to receive the author. That would be amazing. I need to say that you don't have to read the book, to be honest, even though it's better. But after each session, I give a summary of the book, which has all the information that you need about the book without reading it. I think last year, sometimes some of us didn't read the chapters of the book, but we were still able to follow up because we review different points that even without reading it, we can discuss about it. This is why you can ask your friends and family to join. If they are not a big fan of reading, they still can join. Today's the introduction session, so they still have some time to join until the February 2nd. And again, what we will do, we will gather online every 15 days for 3 months. Sometimes the date might change if I am traveling or if one of you is traveling and we agree to it. But right now, the dates are planned for January 19, which is today, which is the introduction, the February 2nd and 16, and March 2nd and 16 and 30. Sorry, I wrote 20 here, but it's 30, where we discuss the different key point of the book, and we put them into practice. Last year, we practiced how to pronounce Om the right way in Tantra. And it was fun. I think so. Well, Hannah can tell us if it was fun. For me, it was. But we do have a total session of 6 sessions on Thursday, 6 p.m., 7:30 p.m. And as I said, it is recorded. You will have the link to it. I hope I'm recording. Yes. So if you miss one session, just let me know for the community, and I'll be sending that to you. And I just want to introduce, hey, it's so good to see you, Jamie. Happy New Year. So Tantra Illuminated, what it is about. So this is just a copy and paste of what I've found from a reading platform. The book takes us on a journey to discover the core of Tantra, the key teachings, the foundation, and the different practices. And Tantra has been discovered in the West about 100 years ago with Osho. And a lot of people keep in mind that Tantra is sex. And don't get me wrong, this is what I thought too at the beginning in 2000. Actually, until 2019, when I went, even a little bit before 2018, when I went full time, I thought that Tantra is sex and I'm going to have an amazing sex life thanks to it. And then I joined a Tantric ashram and I discovered that no, I'm going to cry more often than learning sex techniques. And but I was committed to this full-time program, and so Tantra Illuminated is really going to show us what is Tantra originally. And the author read and speak Sanskrit, so he really went to the source to find original text and translated it. So that's why this book is amazing, and I have selected it. And the author, Christopher Wallis, also known as Harish, he is a scholar, practitioner with 30 years of experience. I really admire him. He's on my inspiration list. I hope I can become similar to him, if not better, in the future in the knowledge of Tantra. And he has been initiated to the practice of yogic meditation at 16. And he has a BA in religion and classics. I don't know what is classics. From the University of Rochester, an MA in Sanskrit, an M in philosophy in classical Indian religion, and a PhD in Sanskrit. So he's a doctor, and his field is Tantra, especially Tantra Shaivism. That we will discover what it is in his book. And he is actually great. He teaches meditation, yoga. He has a platform called Tantra Illuminated, where he does pilgrimage in India for different tantric temples. He has a retreat. He has kind of a school, like a school of Tantra too, focused really on classical. So yeah, he's doing many things. He's really involved in the field, and he has written tons of books with Tantra Illuminated, which has been published in 2013, and is bestseller, if I can say that. So what are we going to do today? And then I take questions. So today, since it's, and I can't, so Takisha, you were saying you had the book before and you were overwhelmed with other
Yes. Yeah, so I was very happy to see that was the book you had chosen.
Super amazing. I want to ask, I know Jamie has the book. Now I know that Takisha has it. How about Hannah and Jacinta? Do you have a physical copy of it, or yeah?
I've had the audiobook on Audible, but I think I'm going to get the physical copy now that I hear how technical it is. It'll be helpful to have it.
Yes. Yeah.
I have the physical copy that just came in the mail, and it's really thick.
Yes.
So I'm glad we can unpack it together.
Yeah. I've also sent you the link to the ebook, to the PDF. So if you don't want to buy it, you can also, if you have like a reader or an iPad or a tablet, you can. This is what I'm going to do. Like, actually, no, I have it on the PDF, but I think I'm going to buy the book finally. So I want to highlight things again. Okay, so today what we are going to do is that we are going to, well, I just finished my introduction that was more than 15 minutes. It was 24 minutes. And before we go into connecting with the community, I also want to do a grounding practice, which is a short meditation. So I don't know where you are. Maybe you're at work, Takisha, or I see Jacinta, maybe you're in a coffee shop. I don't know. So I hope you can do this grounding practice. If not, just close your eyes if you can. And then we will see that. But before going into this grounding practice and asking you the question that I have here, two things. I just want to mention about this book club rules, if I can call them rules, because there is not really rules, but first thing is that I want you to have fun. Really have fun, and usually book club can be a pressure because we're like, oh my God, I need to read this amount of page until this date. it's okay. If you don't read it, still come to the session, because I always do a summary and you have like the key point of it. So it's fine if you even, like, I encourage you to read it, but if you don't, that's okay. You can still benefit from it. Please take this as a chance to ask questions, to share your opinion, your personal example, and connect with the community. And when everybody's sharing their personal experience, and remember, this is a non-judgmental place, and a loving place. We want to practice Tantra here, love and consciousness. So we might not have all the same personal belief, the same experience, the same opinion, but be curious, have the curiosity of a child, and just like listen to it and ask questions. Also, please make requests. If you have a request for seeing some things in particular in this Tantric Book Club, ask for it. If there are some things you didn't really get it, and you want us to focus on, ask about it. So that's what requests are welcome by email on the WhatsApp group. And I think by now you're all part of the WhatsApp group. So I just want to mention that I really want to encourage you to be active on it, and to share YouTube videos, and to share related to the topic, or articles that you find about the topic, or pictures that you find about the topic. Like, connect with one another there on WhatsApp, because this WhatsApp group is only alive if we make it alive. So yeah, I really want to encourage you to, you have the thoughts today, and you think, oh my God, we read that, and that's what's happened to my life. Share it with us. Like, make it, like, take advantage of this community. With that said, I want to ask if you have any question before we go into the grounding practice. And I'm going to stop sharing the recording. Any question, any feedback?
I have a question. It may be coming later. Will you assign the chapters per? Okay.
Yes, thank you for asking that, because I forgot to mention. Yes, after this first session, I will tell you what is the next chapters to read for next for the next session. And usually, I try not to give you more than 60 pages to read. Sometimes a little bit more, because I want to finish the book by the end of these 3 months. But I think 60 pages is quite a good amount for a 2 weeks period of reading. This is what we did for the first session, and I think that was fine. Would you agree, Jamie or Hannah? Was it fine for you to write? Yeah. So yeah, I will always tell you right after the session what are the chapters that you need to read until next week. Thank you for this question. Any other question or feedback? If not, I don't know if Takisha, are you typing on the chat, or no, I see you typing. No, okay. Great. Well, with that said, I want us to go into a meditation right now, a little bit of a mindfulness practice, so that we can better communicate with one another and connect with one another after. I've talked a lot, so it's also a chance to have a little break from me, even though I will be guiding you, into this guiding meditation. So yeah, just get yourself comfortable if you can, and start by closing your eyes. And I'm going to share some music also at the same time. Oh. Perfect. As you close your eyes and sit quietly in this comfortable position. Just take a deep breath in. Fill your body up with air. And let go of the breath. Allowing your energy to drop down through the earth using the force of gravitation. And let your body become heavy. And repeat a few times. And as you take a full breath in and you let go with the out breath, identify thoughts or emotions that you are experiencing, feelings right now, thinking right now. And where in your body do you feel them? What sensations arise in your body? Where exactly do you experience them? Maybe the excitement of being in this book club could create a fast fluttering sensation in your heart that make you feel dizzy. Or maybe you're nervous, which creates a heavy belly, some contraction of the solar plexus. Just notice the sensations without judging them or trying to do anything about them. And place your focus on the specific sensation that you are feeling and breathe into them without trying to change it. And having welcomed each of the specific sensations, now pay attention to the whole house of your body. So you want to expand your awareness from the sensations you were feeling in direct response to the exercise, to the feelings, feeling every part of your body. Again, observe these sensations in your whole body in a non-judgmental and loving way. doing that, expand your field of sensation beyond your body. So the sensation in the space around you. And then shift your attention again. Instead of focusing on the sensation in the space around you, feel the emptiness of the space around you. And come back to feel the emptiness of the space that constitutes the inside of your body. And now feel of the sensations that you experienced before, you're experiencing right now, dissolving into this space. And feel the boundary between the inside and the outside of your body. And this boundary dissolve into space. There is no more boundary. You are the space and the emptiness around you. And the space and emptiness around you is part of your body. So, if at the beginning you were feeling a contraction, imagine now that you feel the opposite states, an expansion, and switch back and forth with different sensation or even emotion. And you may find that the original sensation or emotion is not there anymore in the form it was earlier. So just take note of this. And now take a few deep breaths in and out. And give thanks to yourself and to the wisdom you've gained by participating in this self-discovery process. And at your own timing, come back to the space, opening your eyes, taking your time. Oh, Jacinta, you were telling me it's hard to hear me. I just saw that now. Too bad. I hope you were still able. I have a very tiny voice because I just recovered from 4 weeks of sickness, so, and the music behind. But okay. So now that we are a little bit more in our body, a little bit more relaxed, even though it was hard to hear me. And I'm going to double check yes. I'm going to ask you a few questions so that we can connect with one another. My first question is, I'd love if you could introduce yourself first. And yes, my first question is like, just who are you? And what's your passion in life? Where in the world you are? And then I'll ask you further question about this book club and about Tantra. So who wants to be the first?
I'll go first.
Yes,
Kind of
Jessica,
quiet
thank
where I
you.
am at the moment. I am in a coffee shop,
Perfect.
but I won't be in a coffee shop moving forward. I'll do it from home. But I am Jacinta White. I live in North Carolina in the States, so it's the middle of the day here. I am a poet. I'm an entrepreneur. I do coaching, more leadership based. So I'm really excited to transition out of leadership development, which is like my day corporate job, and more into Tantra. I think that's it. I took the Inner Camp certification course. I'm really excited to have this to support what I learned and to continue to build community.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jacinta. Yay. Welcome. Who's next?
I can go.
Yes.
And I apologize for the loud noise. I'm actually in an office at work.
No problem.
My name is Takesha, and technically I'm a social worker. And what that means, I guess, which I just came up with the word while you asked, what am I? I think I'm a seeker. I feel I'm a seeker. So I kind of seek knowledge in regards to not just the book stuff, but like overall everything. I want knowledge as to what's really going on. I'm also a healer as a social worker. So I do a lot of just overall healer. I believe in like traditional Ayurveda, pretty much. I took a couple classes in Ayurveda, done like Reiki, and once again, even with the therapy or as a social worker, I work with people. So I see myself as a healer. And that's it. And I'm in Florida.
Oh, wow. Nice. It must be, how's the weather in Florida right now?
Beautiful. It's like it gets cool in the night, and right now I think it's supposed to go back to like the 80s in the daytime. So
Wow.
it was a little cold last week, but it's perfect weather right now.
Amazing. Super. Thank you, Takeshi. And thank you for taking the time to join this, but you're at work. This is amazing. I wish I were able to do that when I used to work in corporate world. So, what a great idea.
I literally put a sign on my desk and that says out to lunch on an online class.
Nice. Very nice. Great. Thank you. Amazing. Who's next?
I can go next.
Oh, it's Jamie.
Hi, my name is Jamie Hanley. I'm located in southern Spain, so Cadiz area. It's beautiful weather here. We did have like a cold spell here a little bit ago, but yeah, I am a veterinarian in my normal everyday career. Um, I initially got introduced to Tantra with Hakima and Inner Camp, and I haven't left her side since. I believe in Hakima, and I really, I'm glad she's mentoring me and just teaching me things. And yeah, I'm excited for the second round.
Thank you, Jamie, for being back to this, this second Tantric Book Club, and thank you for the kind words.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah. I am located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Who am I? It's a great question. I am in the process of trying to figure that out. I kind of left my corporate job almost, I guess, in like 7 months. So I've just been reading a lot, learning a lot, traveling a lot, trying to figure out, yeah, what else there is to this life, and how to connect with others and how to live life as my authentic self. And just learning more about Tantra and has been really helpful in that, and just seeking community where I can has been really helpful in my journey. So looking forward to round 2.
Welcome back also, Hannah. And I'm so curious to know, how was your experience in Hawaii? The Tantra massage workshop. How was it? How did you experience?
Yeah, that was the first weekend I was there. Or second weekend. And everyone like leading up to it was kind of just like, are you sure you're ready for this or what have you? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. It was too much too soon. And
Right.
I didn't do the second day. And I know there were like people were having problems with like the level of safetiness in the container. So it wasn't a great experience, but I learned a lot about how to honor myself and boundary setting, and I don't know, how to create a safe space for others and how not to do that. And I was able to talk with a lot of people who had a lot of experience in different workshops, and they were there for me and like really supportive, and just kind of told me, they like coached me through everything, and just it was really helpful, and I found a lot of support outside of the practitioner himself. So
yeah, I remember like after you told me Chris, and I was like, oh my God. So Chris was my roommate at the Tantra Festival. But then I also remember that maybe I told you about a workshop, Tantra workshop, where people were not respecting boundaries and people starting having sex in the middle of. Chris was the one who, despite he's a teacher, he's the one who crossed the boundaries. And I remember about that. And I was like, I know, Chris, that's true. I forgot about that part of him. So yeah, I'm not surprised about your comment right now. But I'm glad that you were able really to find a self-container for yourself. And very, very important in the field. In Tantra, yes. Boundaries so important, especially with the concept of neo-tantra and all this workshop that deals with sexuality. Always trust your gut. Always trust your gut. And when your body's telling you no, trust your body, and say no, a big no, and just without any remorse or guilt or anything, like just stand up for yourself. This is the things that I can say. So I'm glad that you took care of yourself. Beautiful. We will have Hector, who will join us for next session. He's in the middle of traveling right now. He was there with us for the first Tantra session, and maybe Miriam, who is also part of it, but Thursday doesn't really fit her schedule, so she might be joining us on and off. Great. So my second question to you is, I think I already asked you. So I want to ask, why are you here today? And for those who are new, what motivated you to join? For those who are back for the second edition, what motivated you to join again? So why are you here today? So whoever want to go first, Takisha.
So I am here because I really want to learn Tantra. I didn't get to finish the class with Inner Camp. But I figure once again, I bought the book. I'm really dedicated to this. Like I said, I'm a seeker, and I know I was having some breakthroughs through Tantra, you know, with myself. Of course, I doesn't mean sexual, I just overall, you know. And I wanted to continue that. I also want to learn so that I can help others with it as well. I've finally decided to pursue my sexology degree.
Nice.
And so I think having this knowledge will once again help me and help my clients. So, and even right now, helping my patients I work in a medical field, and I think seeing these people, I think that I could help them with this knowledge.
Nah, beautiful. Wow, I love that. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Takisha. I want to share next.
I can share next.
Yes,
I'm returning to kind of expand on my Tantra knowledge. I like the fact that in the book club, you hold me accountable. I get to read it, and then I love the different viewpoints. And I mean, what other book club are we getting such a, diverse group of people from different careers, it's just amazing. So yeah, definitely here for connection and just expanding my knowledge.
thank you, Jamie. Yes, I take you accountable to read, but also no pressure, but I want you to read those chapters. So yes, super amazing.
Yeah, I'm returning because I really value hearing other people's perspectives and approaches to thinking. I find that it helps me like further consider my points and feel more comfortable approaching like discussions with other people like in real life when I have like the different perspectives to go off of rather than just like my interpretation, reading alone, learning alone. It's been really helpful.
Yeah. Always the concept of sharing and yes, like learning from one another, from different opinions and hearing what different opinions. Thank you, Hannah.
Mine is very much like what everyone said, in search of community and connection. I have wonderful friends, but this isn't what we spend a lot of time talking about. So, or I have to talk about it from a different level. So really to be able to dig in. And as much as I enjoyed Inner Camp, it wasn't often a discussion like I think this one's going to be with a smaller number. And a book that we can focus on. So that's why I'm here, and of course to continue to learn and see where the journey takes me.
Yeah, thank you, Jacinta. Yes, definitely. This is very discussion oriented here, and yeah, like about sharing and community. And when I was doing some research about Tantric Book Club in the world, I saw some Tantric Book Club with 100 people, and I was like, how those guys can discuss and exchange with one another? This is way too much. So I'm glad we are a small group. There is always space for more people, definitely. Yeah, and this is a safe space, definitely, for different opinion. But yeah, I'm willing to bring more people, but I cannot see us having this rich discussion if we were more than 20, for example. Even 20 will be a lot of people, but yeah, I like the small format also. There is still space for 4 other people so that we can invite the author. So don't forget to promote to your friends about it. They still can join. Yeah, so thank you for sharing why you are here today. And my actually my last question to you, it's a little bit it's an easy question, but also a complex one. What is Tantra for you? If you have a friend in front of you and you're saying, hey, I'm part of this Tantric Book Club, I'm learning about Tantra. What is today? I'm sure it's not the same as it was before you discovered about Tantra. How do you explain Tantra to people around you? And you can take a moment to think about it. And whenever you're ready, you can unmute yourself to tell me your definition of Tantra.
For me, I think
Yeah, Hannah, good.
for me, I think it's a way of looking at like unity with all of life and kind of understand like all of life as in humans, nature, life cycles, what have you, and feeling that connectedness and wholeness internally, and then radiating and like submitting to the processes. Like, I don't know. Lost my train of thought. Yeah, just like how to generate your life force and connect with others with that most authentic, pure energy. I don't know.
Yeah, beautiful definition. Definitely. Thank you, Hannah, for sharing that.
I'm going to kind of piggyback off of Hannah. Oops, sorry. Did somebody else want to go?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm going to echo what Hannah was saying. I mean, it's definitely for me too, has opened up a lot of avenues for inner child work, self-healing and grounding. And then it's also helped me find a different community and just a different outlook on life as far as just the way I was taught and stuff in the United States, to just a different, more open mind and divine world and masculine, feminine, and just, yeah, it's just made me a very more, that's not proper, more open-minded.
Yeah. Thank you, Jamie.
I think when I think of Tantra, I think of oneness, just everything being connected.
Beautiful. Yeah, definitely.
When I share with people what I've been studying, I look at it from what my experience has been. So I talk about it as a healing journey that helps you to become more authentic. So it pulls away the illusions so that your true essence can be felt and experienced and realized.
Yeah, yes. Authenticity, that's definitely, yeah. This is what is Tantra is a question that of course I am being asked all the time when I meet someone for the first time and I tell them I'm a Tantra teacher, and like, oh, you're teaching sex? And I'm like, no, this is not Tantra. So and my definition of Tantra has evolved with time. And today, when I explain what Tantra is I love to hear everything that you have shared, because all of that is Tantra. And what I say about what Tantra is that Tantra is a way of experiencing life with love and consciousness. And with consciousness come authenticity, because we can choose to be fully authentic. And also love is oneness. At least this is how I experience it. We are made of love. And even though that might sound weird, as I'm studying more and more Tantra and practicing it, I'm realizing that we are made of love. This is our true essence, but we have layers of fears that really prevent us from our true essence. And Tantra help us peeling away, or like peeling, I don't know how you say that in English, away the layers of fears so that we go back to our true essence. And when there is love, there is oneness. We don't see separation between others and ourselves, because others are ourselves and we are others. And so with that come authenticity, respect, love, and all the things that you've been sharing. And this is definitely, as you said, Jacinta, also a healing practice, because Tantra is, Tantra is, means tools for liberation and expansion. So this is a healing practice, and it's important to notice, and you might all know that by now, that there is different branch of Tantra. There is white Tantra, or traditional classical Tantra, which is what the book we are going to read is based on. And then there is red Tantra, or neo-Tantra, which is what the West discovered 100 years ago about Tantra, which is more about sensuality, sexuality, Kundalini energy, which, of course, this is an important aspect of Tantra. We work with the life force energy that are within us, and sexual energy is a very important energy, but it's not all that Tantra is. And it's amazing to read ancient books and compare them to new books on spirituality or self-development, and see how they're all related, So that was all of the questions that I had for you. And I wanna, since we still have like kind of some times, I want to take, if there is any as right now, any question or any feedback. And who knows, maybe there is nothing and we might end up earlier today, so that we can go straight into the reading for the next time. So, or if you want to ask questions to me or to one another here, this is the time. I would love to hear.
I do have a question.
Yes, Jacinta.
I hear some pronounce it Tantra and some say Tantra. Is there a difference between the two other than just one's preference?
Yeah, I think I pronounce it Tantra because of my French accent, but I don't think there is I know in India they say Tantra. I don't know, they have a way to say it, Tantra. Tantra, they say that. Like, I cannot do the Indian accents, but I don't think there is the right way would be how people in India pronounce it. So how do you pronounce it yourself, Jacinta?
I say Tantra, but I hear people say Tantra. So I thought I was mispronouncing it.
Yeah.
So
I think maybe
know.
it might just be a pronunciation thing. Like
Right.
I here in America I'll say schedule, but if I was in Jamaica I might say schedule.
Yeah.
Because it's just it just might be pronunciation.
I think so too.
And I think in the book, this one, it has a TUN as like a keyword for pronunciation. So in this one, I think he's going to say Tantra.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, also, I guess in Europe, at least in France, AN, we pronounce it tan, so it's tantra in French, tantra. So maybe there is that. I am supposed to go to India soon, and I will hear the word Tantra a lot because I'm joining a traditional Tantra event. So I will let you know how they pronounce it over there by real Tantric gurus and traditional gurus. I'm a little bit nervous about it, but excited at the same time. So thank you for this good question. I have a question that I want to ask you, everybody. What are you planning to do with your Tantra knowledge or certification or whatever you're doing to gain knowledge about Tantra? I know, Takisha, you were mentioning you want to added to better help your clients also? Like, maybe you can tell us again, but I want to know, everybody, what are you planning with that?
So yeah, I definitely want to help people with it. Once again, as a social worker, I'm looking at what they call biopsychosocial, everything in a person's life affecting the other, you know, and I think I can definitely use this to help healing. I've now decided to get I'm debating between a certification in sexology versus a PhD, which I signed up for the PhD program, but I do want to incorporate it and then use it to help clients. I want to focus more on medical because illness affects intimacy, and that affects a lot of different things. But I just want to incorporate it in my practice to be able to help people.
Yeah. Does a PhD, is it the real PhD where you do like 3 to 4, 5 years?
I'm hoping it won't take me that long.
Okay, wow.
But
How long maximum is a PhD in the States?
So it's basically once you finish your dissertation. So once you finish the paperwork, you should be fine. Sorry about the background noise, but yeah, it's just when I finish that part of it. So the actual schooling part is a year, and then I'll do the dissertation.
I see. Yeah, so different
it,
in Europe, because I actually am thinking about enrolling in a PhD to also deepen my scholar knowledge of Tantra, but it's 3 years minimum. You have to be based in France, which I don't want because I like to move around. But there is no way to do it remotely. So I was looking at option to do it in another country, but I don't seem to find anything lesser than 3 years.
So the school I'm going to is a school that's in Miami Shores, and thanks to COVID, we actually have classes online.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
it's an online program. So
Yeah.
that is what I'm going to do, and then do the PhD in sexology.
Okay, super amazing.
I can share information for anyone interested.
But I think in the States it's way too expensive. Like in France, they pay you to do your PhD, so you earn like a salary for it, which is great. You know, like being paid to learn about Tantra and to share it. That's great. But well, I have to be there. I'm not sure yet, so I have until May to decide. Super. What about everybody else? Like, how are you going to use Tantra in your life or in your practice or career?
I professionally, so there are two things that I do. One is in the corporate setting, as a coach and facilitator of retreats, but usually dealing with teams that are having issues and trauma and all that kind of stuff. In addition, as a poet, I facilitate a lot of creative workshops. And what my hope is, and what I'm planning to do, is use and transition some of the poetry sessions to be more of Tantra sessions to help with healing and self-love and all of that. So that's my next step professionally, to incorporate it with the workshops that I'm offering.
Super beautiful. I would love to read a Tantra poem. What would be a Tantra or Tantra inspired poem? Wow, if you have one, share it with us.
I'm working on a workshop now that I'm hoping will make next month on, and this isn't necessarily Tantra, but it was inspired by it. And it's called Divine Poetic Feminine. Beautiful. So I'm bringing in poems that amplify that, and then we'll lead them into a writing exercise based on it.
Yeah,
I'll keep you posted on what I find.
Please.
It's not easy to find. The poems aren't, but it's my job.
There is the Yoga Sutra. I don't know. No, is it the Sutra of the Lotus? Sorry, the Lotus Sutra. I forgot how I read that. The Radiant. Let me double check. The Radiant. I read that. The Radiant Sutra or something. Yeah, Sorry, the Radiant Sutra, which is, I don't know if you heard about that, but this is basically poems that have been translated from Sanskrit and a lot of them are about the game of the feminine and the masculine, the exchange of energy of the feminine and the masculine, or Shiva and Shakti, how they play with one another. And I read few of them. This is beautiful, but this is kind of complex to comprehend, to understand. But well, it's poetry, so I'm guessing that it's not necessarily, it's just more for the beauty of the words and hearing without too much deep thinking of the meaning behind. But yeah, the Radiant Sutra is great to have a look, you know, like that.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacinta. Great. How about Hannah and Jamie? What are you going to do with Tantra knowledge?
I think for right now, I'm in the healing stage. You know, my background, I have a lot of inner child work and just, my own journey. And I'm still working on the inner camp course. So I'll see where that journey takes me. And if it ends up where, I no longer have the passion for veterinary medicine and I want to do something like retreat oriented or, just small kind of, not necessarily workshops, but just gatherings, bringing a community together. I think that interests me. I feel like I love the connection piece.
Yeah. Thank you, Jamie. I am so curious if there is any things about animals in the original tantric scriptures or practices after. Never heard about it. Wow, I will do some research. Who knows? Maybe there is tantra for dogs, for example. Or who knows? Thank you, Jamie. How about you, Hannah? What are you going to do with that?
Sorry. Similar to Jamie, I'm still in the healing phase, so it's really helpful in helping me heal, and also as I develop new relationships going forward, just bringing this approach and spreading the love.
Yes. Yeah.
In my intimate sphere first, and then it's helpful to have the common language and knowledge to be able to go to when I'm traveling or go to events when I'm traveling, and have this level of knowledge for connection. So just personal reasons, I guess.
That's great. And I read Jacinta saying being very helpful in my relationship. Yeah, definitely Tantra and want to growing and healing in that area. Yeah. And it's interesting because when we say relationship, it's always important to remind that we have relationship with ourselves and with others. So Tantra is definitely helpful for the relationship with ourselves first, and it expands to relationship with others. So important. Anybody has any question for one another, or feedback, or if not, I have a last question for you. And my question for you is that, so right now we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus Hector. We are 6 people. And I'd love if you have any ideas or feedback on how to find the 4 missing so that we can have the author joining. If you have any ideas, I'm all ears to know. I've been advertising it. Well, my Instagram is private, so it's kind of limited, and I keep it private right now because I'm so scared to open it. I've been hacked at the beginning of last year, and I'm so scared it happens again, but I need to work through my fear. But I advertise it on Eventbrite too, on my newsletter, on my blog. But yeah, I'm looking for ways to expand it. So I don't know if anybody has any ideas.
I actually tried to share it on IG to a couple of my friends that I thought might be interested, but it was where they wouldn't have been able to see it. So I
Okay.
went to your website and I shared the website, but I did it this morning. But I think I have a couple that might be interested as well. So I
Okay.
think if we each tell one or talk to people we know in that community,
That
it'll
would,
probably just grow that way.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, if you could share about it to people around you who are interested in Tantra, definitely. I appreciate that, Keisha.
Would it be okay to take a screenshot of the flyer and post that?
Maybe so I will send you the flyers. I would prefer not to
Okay.
post the flyers on in a camp because
No. I meant on my
right.
Instagram
Okay.
page.
But on
Yeah.
Instagram, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
I will send it to you by email so that
Okay.
you have like the material to if you want to repost it, and that would be
Okay.
that
Okay.
would be amazing.
We'll do
Thank
that.
you so much. Yeah. I don't know if there is any other ideas that pop up to your mind. I be grateful.
There's a couple like Facebook groups that are like, Tantra group oriented that they're looking for like, events. So I
That's
could also
nice.
send you a screenshot of the groups and see if it
Yeah,
is okay with you and then post them there.
sounds great. Amazing. Yeah, I haven't think of advertising on Facebook. Like all Facebook and Instagram for me, it's all related, and I'm like, oh my God, I am a little bit behind with social media. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much, and who knows? So yeah, if we are at least 10, the author might join us for one session. I don't know if he will stay the whole time of the session or just 30 minutes. But that would be so great to have him here, especially by the end of the book club, so that we have read the book already and can ask him some question and just get to know him and what he's doing, and so that he get to know us too. Beautiful. Thank you all. Last chance if you have a question or feedback or anything you would like to ask to the community, or if not, I will close this this first session of the Tantric Book Club a little bit earlier, like 10 minutes earlier. And let me just share. I think I had still few. Oh yeah, just some things that I want to share before we end. So I mentioned about the rules. I just also want to let you know, so especially for those who have been doing the inner camp program, is that I have a free weekly gathering happening every Wednesday. And I saw, Hannah, you're registered to it. Great. Where we will work through toxic shame. So it's not directly linked to well, it's something that I used to teach for Tantra, how to release shame, and I've decided to open a sharing circle around shame and make it free, because this is a topic so dear to my heart that I want many people to benefit from the from the goodness there is in learning about shame, learning to recognize about it, and learning to externalize our shame and being echoed and mirror in the eyes of all others who are accepting and non-judgmental. So if you are available on Wednesday, it happens every week. You can come whenever you want. You can come once, you can come every week, every week. It's up to you. But I think it's a great practice. This is my contribution to the world. I really want to bring this to the world, free for people to get rid of this judgment of themselves and find a path through love and consciousness. So yeah, I just want to share that. And of course, I have my private Tantra session and relationship coaching here that you can check on my website. And that's it. Yeah. Like, just spread the words, share my Instagram, even though it's private. I accept people if I can verify that they're not a robot. So that's it for today. With that say, I want to thank you all for being here today, for taking this time. Wait for my email tomorrow morning where I will send this recording and telling you the chapters to read, and feel free to encourage one another in the reading in the WhatsApp group, and ask questions and make requests of what you want to be you want to talk about in the next session. So thank you so much. I would love to hear one word from you, whatever you're feeling right now or thinking, to close this session. For me, it's gratitude and excitement. More excitement. Oh.
Happy. Happy.
Grateful.
I was gonna say grateful, so I'll say grounded. I'm feeling very grounded with this. So.
Dang, you took mine. I was gonna say grounded. Gosh, or say connection. I feel like that's been my redundant word, but
Yes.
I already feel connected to you ladies in some way. I don't know, Hakima, if this is stepping on toes, but I'd love to hear more about the other workshop with the poems and stuff. I don't know if you're up
I would
for
love
that.
to.
Like,
Yes, please do share about whatever it's related about Tantra that you're doing, because I am also interested in joining or hearing more. So please
Perfect.
do. Yes.
Okay, I'll send a link in the WhatsApp group. Is that
Perfect.
okay?
okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
No, it's participative. So if you do anything, please share with the community. It's we're here to expand, and nobody, at least nobody's stepping on my toes. I'm welcoming that very much. So
Okay, good. I'm not a poet, but it sounds very interesting. So I would love to connect with you and try your workshop.
Perfect. Thank you, Jamie.
for everybody. Well, have a beautiful end of the day or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I see you in 2 weeks then. So, okay. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.